As soon as we heard about this trip is going to happen, as soon as we knew it was going to happen, it was a situation of the trip will change my attitude, or will help my attitude. Just like I believe a lot of people, when you plan your trips, you have something to look forward to, right? Right? Am I alone? I know I'm not alone where you plan something, you have something planned. I still have a couple trips coming up, and I can't wait to tell you about those ones as well. So we went to Dalaman in Turkey, and it was something. Hey people, it's your girl Esther Ray, and this is Not Format Village People. Yes, I still don't know what to call the podcast, so I'm just going to call it that. Because the point of this podcast is for me to come here and share my perspectives. I'm a big believer in perspectives, and I know your perspectives will either become your prison or your passport. Your perspective is carved out as a result of your experiences, your background, your unique thoughts, and things you're privileged to, things that you're informed on. We all share and have different perspectives on different aspects of life. So the goal is to come on here, do my jibber jabber, as you know, as maybe some of you might know, or you come to know me. I love talking, but the point is to come on here and talk sense, sharing my viewpoints, my experiences, insights on any topic whatsoever that I feel like talking about. So, and I'm also going to be bringing on people on this podcast. I'll be bringing guests from different backgrounds, cultures, professions, some areas of expertise, just to explore their different perspectives. Because I think perspective is actually a gift. It's a gift to have a different perspective to the other person you're having conversations with. And it just makes it all interesting, isn't it? So on this platform, we're going to share personal stories. You will have listened to some of the previous episodes that I've recorded about my own personal stories. But I'm looking forward to the future of this podcast, where I'm going to be bringing other people so you can hear from them as well. It's not only Esther that's gone to share things in life, innit? Yeah. So that's the goal. The goal is to come on here so I'll bring different people to you guys with diverse perspectives, while I respect their own perspective as well. Because again, I can't go back and rewind their lives. I can't go back and change their backgrounds or experiences. They will think, say, contribute, have ideas based on their life situation, based on what happened to them syndrome. So yeah, but it will be very interesting, exciting to hear from their points. For those of you that don't know me, I have different platforms already, focuses on this, but yeah, this platform is for me to be able to come on here and potentially drive the topic we're going to be talking about at any given period of time. I hope by now you've listened to the other episodes that I've recorded, but yes, it is still, for now, going to be called Not Format Village People. So be open-minded, listen in, pick what you can pick from it, do you understand, on different topics, because we're going to be talking about different topics, from friendship to marriages to life happenings to growing up to backgrounds to careers to businesses. So different people will be coming on this platform. And I'm looking forward to sharing my perspectives, my stories, and exciting informations just for you to learn from it. It won't be new things that you've not heard before, but I'm hoping this platform will serve as a kind of a reminder for you to connect back to that you need to connect to. Once again, it's Not Format Village People, guys. Thank you. Yay, it's so good to be back here. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. It's been a while. It feels like it's been a while. Actually, it's been a while to come up here with my actual self, with my new self, with my happy self. With the last two episodes, I try to do this every week. And with the last two episodes, I know it's been very touchy, waterworks kind of episodes. But you know what? I appreciate you all. Now, you guys won't even let me quit at this point. Like I said, I'll always come here and say a big thank you to you all for your love, for your kindness. Oh, I can't count how many people, those that have reached out. Now, yeah, maybe I can count, let's not exaggerate. But yeah, the truth is the vulnerability has been real. And, it's just, again, it breaks my heart knowing that there are still a lot of women out there that know this is not a new occurrence, but are still very, very uncomfortable sharing it. I can understand. I can imagine being there, done that, seen it. I can understand why. But again, hopefully, one way or the other, for those that have had the opportunity to listen to episode 12 and 13, they know anyone going through those struggles, that they've been able to potentially share it with them, just to give them that kind of feeling of, you know what, you're not alone. And like I think I mentioned in episode 13 that I was looking for a podcast done by someone I recognize, someone not particularly not recognized as in knowing the person, but that I resonate with, that I could connect with, someone real. Well, what does that even mean, someone real? But yeah, someone that, someone that is real. And I want to believe, not for my village people. And Esther A behind a blue Yeti microphone. He's one of the real stuff out there. Even though it's still a new journey, but I am loving it. So today let's soften the blow. Let's do something fun. I've come up here and I'm like, I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. So I wanted to use this opportunity to, let's get back into the actual vibe of why I wanted to start a podcast, which is, just talking, doing my talking. And I really do not like talking about sad things. Do you like talking about sad things? No, I don't. But yeah, for those that I've called, those that have even, I've been on a few dates now with those that have been through the experience, and I've been just blessed. And I'm glad I am able to support 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 couple of people through this journey. It's unfortunate that they're going through it, but they're in my prayers. So let's get back to the real deal, the sisters, misters, and it's not for my village people. So let's talk about my trip. So I traveled recently. Yeah, for those of you that don't know, you probably don't have me on Instagram yet. So go and click on my pages on Instagram. I do have the coaching one, but I also have my personal one. I know I've not posted anything about the travel there, but yeah, you can still find it somewhere on Instagram. So go click on it and just have a look. Have people on there and see what I've been up to. And I promise I will try and post more pictures. I'm not a fan of pictures actually, but yeah, I do what I can. So today I'm going to talk about my trip to Turkey. I went to Turkey. But before I go on, you know how I love quotes, right? And I saw some beautiful ones, some relatable ones on here that I just want to quickly read out. A change of latitude would help my attitude. Trust me, that was the exact feeling before going on that trip. I needed a change of attitude. We had you remember, we had lockdown, we had all this, and then we had we had lockdown with COVID, and then 2022 happened, and everybody was just getting back into the groove and the grind. And then 2023, we're yet now. So people are I know some people have traveled already, but I feel like it's this year, myself, crew, we're starting to get back out there and travel. So obviously when the almighty planner decided to plan a trip, we did. And as soon as we heard about this trip is going to happen, as soon as we knew it was going to happen, it was a situation of the trip will change my attitude, or will help my attitude. Just like I believe a lot of people, when you plan your trips, you have something to look forward to, right? Right? Am I alone? I know I'm not alone, where you plan something, you have something planned. I still have a couple trips coming up, and I can't wait to tell you about those ones as well. So we went to Dalaman in Turkey, and it was something. Looking at it from the airport, we traveled not to escape life, but for life not to escape us. Yes, that was, I feel like, one of the goals for me and my friends as well. We were not trying to escape life, but for life not to escape us, but for life not to escape us. Anyways, it was a group of sisters, about 6 of us. We wanted to travel. And I remember the planning. I'm sure you've seen somewhere about when a lot of people are planning a trip, and at the end of the day, only a couple of people went on the trip. It wasn't the case for us. We all were going to go. So we put the finances together. to get on this trip, and everything was looking good. We were all happy and excited, only for us to get the very first shock. No, the trip was, no, it was something. It was an unexpected feeling, the whole trip. I loved every bit of it, but no, I loved most part of it, not every, most of it. And I will tell you why I can't say I love every bit of it. Because one of our very first shocks started from Manchester Airport. After we've paid and made all this payments, and we've planned this trip. We planned it was 4 months. We decided we're going to go on a trip in December, and we started, and we didn't travel until end of March. So it was about 4 months, isn't it? Only for us to get to the airport, and like I said, 6 of us were traveling. And unfortunately, if you hold a Nigerian passport, you actually can't travel from the UK to Turkey without going all the way to London, for your visa. So you've had to travel to London. Like, now, if I tell you how that makes me feel, let's leave it there. Let's just park it in the corner there. But yes, if you have a Nigerian passport, you can't apply for the e-visa. And obviously, we had 2 people in the group that applied for the e-visa. So unfortunately, that was a shocker. It was so disappointing, so heartbreaking. Your girl, waterworks happened. I'm like, no, why you do this to us? No, it was really, really disappointing, because I feel like even the company that arranged the whole trip for us, they didn't tell us. It was easy for them to take our money without telling us. And I'm sure some of you right now, village people behind listening to this, you're thinking, oh, but you guys should have read the terms and conditions. Do you read the terms and conditions? Do you? Yeah, maybe it was written in fine print somewhere, but seriously, we were just so excited. And it was Turkey. How do you pronounce it? Do you say Turkey? Turkey. How do you pronounce that country? Annoyed me. Anyways, at the airport, and yeah, that happened from the airport. And it ended up becoming only 4 of us could travel. And then we got there eventually. It was all this all-inclusive kind of trip. Oh, our planner is one of the best in town, by the way. She made sure everything was all included. We were picked up at the airport. And then we got to our resort. It was Hilton Dalaman. Oh goodness, the resort is amazing. Was amazing. No, just for the resort alone, I would go back. Or if I can find that kind of resort somewhere else in another country, another part of the world, I will love to go there and go again. It was a very beautiful resort. I would actually like to go there when the weather is a lot better, because it was kind of cold as well. Late March, early April. So it was it was a bit chilly for us coming from Manchester. So you can get how it felt. There was a whole lot to do. We didn't actually need to leave the resort itself. It was not required, because everything we needed was there. They had more than 3 restaurants that you could go to, different cuisine. You could go to, a lot of things was happening at the resort itself. But I remember the very first day when we got to the resort. When we got there, we checked in, everything looking good, we were helped into our rooms. It was really good. But then we went to eat because, like I said, there's a restaurant and it's all inclusive. So you could have breakfast, lunch, dinner, and everything. Only for us to get to the restaurant that very first night, we were not even dressed. Like, it wasn't like, when you travel with your girls, with your crew, you don't really do like a lot of effort all the time, dress, like, you know what I mean, when you're not like dressy kind of thing, but you just casually go in there to just have a meal. And it felt like we were being watched. Like, people were staring. That was it. People were staring. And I thought, okay, this is a little strange. The attention was surreal, though. The people, the waiters, the waitresses attending to us, they would ask questions like, oh, where are you guys from? It was so exciting. And at this point, we'd not even noticed. I think it was the second that we spent about 5 nights there. I think it was the second that we realized, oh, as big as this resort is, we are the only Black people here. The way you're thinking when I said people, yeah, we were the only colored folks there. But it still didn't mean anything because it wasn't like it wasn't particularly like, it wasn't like a holiday season as well. I think the weekend after we had checked in was going to be like a midterm break for kids. So obviously, and we were there. So we didn't even think too much of it, but we were just there trying to have our own fun, everything still going on smooth. Until then, we started to our own agenda, our own plans. I think our very first night when the very first night, maybe the second night by now, we decided to celebrate another friend of hers, and we all got dressed in our dresses, in our Shaheen dresses. No, no, I'm just joking. But I think we're really looking all nice and beautiful in heels at this resort. So we went to restaurants, we had our meals, but from our room to the restaurants we were going to, like, it was something. Obviously, a beautiful girl, beautiful ladies. If you know me, you will just imagine my friends. Yeah. And at some point, then we started to get pulled to the side for pictures. It was then it dawned on me. And I'm thinking, like, oh, did I miss a year or did we go back a year? Was it traveling back? Was it like a time travel to get to Turkey and like they don't really know black people? A friend of mine recently went to Dubai and she had the same feeling. And I remember reading when she wrote there that, oh, she said she's a VIP or she's like she's famous or a star, just for jokes anyways. And I'm thinking, oh, get off your eye ass. We had the same treatment in Turkey. But it was just a shock for me because I know a lot of colored folks go to Turkey a lot, but we were not in the, can I say Turkey? We went to Dalaman, but even whatever that meant, apparently Turkey is actually a very big country. Because yeah, I know my old man has got a place out there, and we checked. He wanted us to visit it, and we checked, and it was about 13 hours away from Dalaman. So yeah, it looks like it's a pretty big country. But yeah, being pulled aside in 2023 was just a shock for me. Like, what's going on here? And when we eventually decided to leave the resort and go outside to the main town, we went to the mall. And one of the very first shop we entered or boutique we entered, there was no hello, hi. There was nothing like good afternoon. Can we help you? We were just, it's not even, I can't call that staring. Is there another word for it? The gaping? It became scary at some point. I became worried because I remember entering when we entered this particular boutique, and as a if you're a colored person and you're listening to it, you probably understand what I mean. You come into a store and there are people just behind you, just like, trying to see if you're not taking anything and things like that. We had that feeling, and I trust my girls. My girls were already out. I didn't even know they were out of they left immediately. They like, poof, this is not for us. And I was just going in all, if you know me, I'm like, oh my goodness, that's a beautiful jumper. That's a beautiful top. All that was required was just someone coming and just being nice and say, oh, hello, do you like that? Yeah, it's blue. I have it in pink as well. And we would have bought something from the store, but that was not the feeling they gave us. And I was just jabbering away, not knowing I was I was just talking to myself because my friends had already left the store like, nah, we've had it. This is rubbish. In Turkey, in 2023. Moi, je comprends pas. I don't understand. I do not understand what that was about. I don't understand what that was about. And we stopped somewhere. I think one of us wanted ice creams. You know that cone ice creams, yeah? And then she tried to other it with some, like some flavors. And obviously the lady didn't understand, which is fair enough. It's not like they speak English, but it's not like they don't have their own language and all things like that. But yeah, we ended up with our natural looking cone ice creams with just, the vanilla stuff, whatever that is, without any flavor to it. Because obviously we could not even explain to her. It just wasn't there. Walked around the mall and it was the same thing. So we're the only, and still I'm just like being positive, like, fingers crossed, we're going to run into one colored person. We did not run into any single one. And we were being looked at like we're aliens that dropped from different planet or something. It was just shocking to me. It was really shocking to me, which is one of the reasons I thought, you know what, let me come and tell Not For My Village People listeners about this, because you know what, guys, it's important. Just check. Wherever you're going to, just check. Just check. What's how open they are, because Dalaman in Turkey is something. Anyways, we eventually got back to the resort after a few more things that we experienced that day. It's just not even. But then I remember a day before we left, we'd gone for lunch. We went for lunch. And as soon as we entered the restaurant, this big, massive restaurant that could feed 1,000 people at once, we entered, and just there at the buffet, was it called? Corner, where the different flavors of food, food was good though at the resort. No, Hilton, they did respect to the chefs at the Dalaman, at Hilton Dalaman. No, they did a really good job with the different flavors, different cuisines, different ones every time that we had the choices to take from. And just right there in the middle of the restaurant was a black guy. Oh, Lord Jesus. You would have, you know what? God bless my friends, because if I didn't have them, the way I would have run to this guy and just scream like, oh my God, I'm so happy to see you. And he would look at me like, are you okay? You know, the black radar, right? Like, you know, when you're the only colored person in a room and another colored person comes in, and, you know, it's like, oh, law of attraction is like, you know, you're just like, oh, sister or mister, I see you. I see you. Welcome on board. Thank you for not making me the only one in here. As soon as I saw this dude, I was about to, you know, like run to him, like, oh my goodness, I'm so happy to see you. But they pulled me back, obviously, trying to make me, you know, respect myself. But then by the time we just, you know, went to the side, we saw his missus and 2 kids. It was a family of 4. Don't know what country, because I didn't end up talking to them, even though I wish I had. Family of 4 that also checked into the hotel, but we are leaving the next day. It was just a breath of fresh air to see another colored folks out there, like another black person there. It was just a breath of fresh air to see them. It was a nice feeling. It was a really nice. And at the airport on our way back was another thing. We had a late flight to Manchester. I think it must have been the last flight out of Dalaman to Manchester, because the airport was pretty quiet. The way we were treated at the airport as well, it was just very obvious, like, you know, we are not planning to be nice to you because you're colored people. They didn't need to say it. They didn't need to say it. It was just written all over them, because we just saw right how they treated the other, you know, the other skin types next to us, behind us, in front of us. It was just totally different. It was like we in Dalaman, we felt, and I'm thinking throughout this whole experience, I'm just thinking, what else do you want us to do? We had a black president of the world, for goodness sake. We've had Obama. We've had him. Is it still not clear that we also belong to planet Earth? But yeah, it looks like it's a different situation in Dalaman. Yeah. My girls, the trip, everything was fun. We made, you know, we made it everything we wanted it to be. It was a beautiful trip. But the people, the culture out there, I don't get it. I do not get it. So I thought, you know what? To soften the blow of the last 2 episodes, let me come and gist you guys about this beautiful, wonderful trip that I went on with my girlfriends. I'm going to Morocco soon, and I'm looking forward to that as well with another couple of friends of mine. And yeah, I hope it's going to be better. When it comes to culture, you know, Morocco is Africa, isn't it? So they better have seen black people before. They better. If not, I'll be wearing an Obama t-shirt throughout the trip. Yeah, anyways, it's not for my village people again, ladies and gents, misters and sisters. It's just a chit chat today, not any lessons learned or whatsoever, but hopefully someone that is about to book a Dalaman trip is gonna listen to this and think twice if you're a colored person. Have a great week ahead, guys. Bye for now.